So this is how out of it I am today. Or maybe just how uncaffeinated I am. I laid out all of the drugstore products that I wanted to test out today, like all in front of me. They're all in a line. They're not really in a line, but I like to pretend that they are. And I did my brows and my shadow off camera because I thought, I was like, I'm not testing anything different. Except that I am. I tested 2 entirely brand new drugstore brow products in my brows without even thinking about it. I just picked them up, opened the packages, and put them on my eyebrows. It's okay, it's fine. I will just include, it'll be 6 first impressions, except you won't have seen the first impression I'll have to talk about. Doesn't matter, we'll include it. Hello everyone! I'm here today to share with you guys a new 5 first impression, or technically I guess 6. I've never tested any of them out before, so I'm really excited to sit down with you guys. We're gonna put them all on my face, we're gonna see how they wear, and then I will do an update for you guys at the end of the day and show you how everything is worn, what's held up, what hasn't, fingers crossed, everything works magically. If you guys like these type of videos, give this video a big thumbs up so I know, and leave me a comment down below if there are any particular new launches you want me to test out next. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And without further ado, let's get into this. So the first thing we're going to be testing out are some new color correctors, and these are by Revlon. These are their photo ready color correcting pens. I have here the green one, the purple one, and the peach one. They're in a pen format, so I assume they're liquid, and I'm just curious to see how it looks on the face, how easy they are to blend out, how pigmented they are, and how well they hide the dark under eye circles I currently have. Okay, so take the green one. You can see here it is a brush tip applicator here, and so you have to use a little clicker thing at the bottom to get the product out. Oh, okay, that was aggressive. So I'm just gonna apply this anywhere where I have any sort of redness, and then we'll blend it all out. This is a nice vibrant green color. Seems to be blending out though and like toning down a bit, but it's a little aggressive at first. Product, let's go. Okay, I don't know when the product is supposed to come out. Aha! Finally! 17 minutes later. Guess I should start blending this before it dries. Okay, so it is blending out, like almost to the point where I don't even really see it, which I mean, I kind of do want to see it on my face like a little bit when I'm even blending it out, because otherwise, I mean, like, is it actually color correcting? Maybe this whole like brush technique was a little aggressive. Let me try it with like my fingers. I can always find more red areas. It seems to be blended out. My face seems to have a nice green sickness tinge to it, which is what we're looking for at this point. And then lastly, we're gonna test out this peach toned one, which is good for dark spots or for under eye circles. Sometimes peach ones are a little bit too dark for my under eye area. I tend to prefer pinky tones, but we'll give this one a go and we'll see how good it is. Again, let's see how fast this comes out. Boop, there it is. Okay, whoa. Okay, that was a lot. It's not too red, so for my skin tone, this is actually going to, I hope anyway, work quite well. You can already tell like a lot of the blueness has disappeared. So far, so good. The next product I'm going to share with you guys is a product that I just talked to a camera that was off about, and now I've already dipped my product into it. It's fine though. It just pretend it looks brand new. It's a really unique looking brush from e.l.f. It's part of their Beautifully Precise line, and it's their, it's like a facial massager brush. What is it called? The Precise Multi-Blender Massager, and it's supposed to seamlessly sort of blend out all of your foundation or powder or bronzer or whatever you're using and make it a really simple one-step process. It looks like this, like pretend there isn't foundation on here because it didn't like 30 seconds ago. Kind of looks a little bit like a fish, like a brushy kitten fish. I don't know. Like I know there's such thing as catfish, but this is a kitten fish because it's very soft, like velour. So since I have product on this and I don't want it to dry, basically I put a little foundation on here, I dip my brush into it, and now we're going. Are we actually rolling? We are rolling. Okay. All right. This is very weird. Am I supposed to move it in circles, or am I just supposed to like brush it on like a paintbrush? Back and forth sweeping motions. Way to read the directions, Rachel. It's such a big brush. I'm not used to this. Well, it is very soft. I will give them credit for that. And I do like the fact that like it does look like it's supposed to fit onto my face really nicely. All the brush hairs are on my face right now, so it's really getting in there and getting all the product smoothed out. I'm honestly kind of avoiding my forehead right now because I really don't know how I'm gonna do that. Like this. I feel like I'm getting most of the product into my hair. Oh, there we go. That's a better. Good solution, Rachel. There we go. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of into this. Like the technique is taking a little getting used to, but like it's very soothing, and I feel like it's applying everything really nicely, and it's doing a good job so far. The only thing I don't love is how small this part of the handle is, and like spinning it around to get the top of my forehead isn't as easy as I thought it was gonna be. And it's so teeny tiny, I feel like my hand is gonna get a cramp. That's how you know you've used too much foundation. When your hand starts to cramp when you're applying it. I just feel if that was like a little bit thicker, I'd like it that much more. But other than that, I kind of like it. Blend it out into the neck. I do feel like I'm painting a wall though. This is pretty fun. Okay, cool, that was fun and different. So I'm gonna put on some concealer, set it a little bit, and then we're gonna go on to the next product. All right, so now that we have some concealer, some powder, a little bronzer, and some blush, we are gonna go on to the mascara. And I thought today we would test out two different mascaras from the same brand, because why not? They're both by Essence. One is the Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara with lengthening fibers. And then the other one is, I think, a play on the Lash Princess, hence the name Lash Princess. But it is the Sculpted Volume Mascara, so a little bit different. I love the original Lash Princess. It has like a, I think like an aqua logo instead. So I'm excited to test this out as well and see if it's a little bit different. But yeah, we'll put these two to the test and we'll see which one I like better. So we'll start with the Lash Extension Mascara. It says here it's going to give perfectly styled lashes with lengthening fibers for fuller and longer lashes and an 18-hour hold. And the wand is very long and has very, very small bristles. They're very short, they're very dense, and they are not very flexible either. So we'll apply it to the one eye and we will see what it looks like. So there's one coat of mascara on the one eye and it looks really good. I like the way it has turned out. It is fairly easy to apply. It's not too wet, it's not too dry of a formula. So far so good. I will do another coat on that one as well, just to see, because why not? This is what two coats look like on the eyes as well as a little bit on the bottom lashes as well. It does layer pretty well. It gets a little bit on the clumpy side, so I kind of had to play with the formula a little bit, but I like the effect. It looks good so far, so let's compare it to the Lash Princess. This one has a little bit more of like a curved brush to it, which is very similar to the original Lash Princess. I really like that formula. I'm hoping this is somewhat similar. Actually, I should read what it says on the side here. It says here that it is a mascara for incredible volume, perfectly sculpted and fanned out lashes, and that's it. That's all the information I have. Ooh, I have to say, I really like that. That is one coat only. I have not done a second coat, so I'll do that to make them comparable. I think I'm gonna like this one better. It just has such a pretty fanned out like effect. I like the fact that I have mascara all over my lids and I've already applied eyeshadow because of course I did. Okay, so there are two coats of the mascara and they're just very different mascaras. I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera. They look very different in person, I think, than maybe on camera. I don't know. I think, Rachel, do you have some thoughts? Is there a favorite? I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys like both of them? Either of them? I don't know. I think they're both good. I think they're just both a different look so far in terms of application. I think that this one, the Lash Princess one, needs a third coat for them to be as black and as like thick as I would like my lashes to look. But I won't do that just to keep them on an even comparison level. I think I have a slight preference for this one in person. It just, my lashes look a little bit more fluffy. So we'll see what they look like at the end of the day. Hopefully I don't look like a raccoon. Next up is a new highlight. I think this one is fairly new. I don't know if it's like brand new, but it is new to me at least. This is by Essence. This is their Strobing highlighter stick. It is a cream to powder effect and it's supposed to give you like a nice luminous finish to the skin. We'll see. Because this is a stick formula and it's a cream base to start out with at least, I didn't put any powder sort of in this general area just because I didn't want it to mix and clump and everything like that. But let's watch it on the hand and see what it looks like first. Whoa! That is pink and very highlighty. When you blend it out, it is much softer, but you still get that really beautiful sheen. It does have a very pinky undertone and base, which I don't know if everyone's gonna love, but we'll see what it looks like on the skin. I'm just gonna pile it on because why not? More highlight the better. I'm blending it out with my fingers first just because I want to see what that effect is like, and then I'll do a brush on the other side just to see what the difference is. So far so good. It's not super streaky, it's not caking up, it's not mixing weird with my powder or my bronzer or anything like that, and it gives a really nice sheen to the skin. So far so good. Then I'll use a nice dense brush like this just to blend it out on the other side and see if that's any different. That also works really well. Cool, I really like that so far. I'm gonna put a little bit more on just because I want to see how layerable it is and how like extra blinding it gets. And we'll see what that looks like. So that's what it looks like on the skin. Like, it looks very nice and blingy. It was easy to blend out. I'll see how it wears during the day because of the whole like cream to powder formula. Is it gonna stay put? Is it gonna stay on my skin and I'm gonna be able to see it at the end of the day? I don't know, but I will keep you guys posted. And lastly is a new lip product. Is the Rimmel Stay Matte Lip Color. This is supposed to be a 18 hour or 12 hour, not 18 hours. After 13 hours, it falls off your face. It's supposed to be touch proof, waterproof, 12-hour wear. It has 14 different shades. I have 3 different shades here that I wanted to kind of test out and swatch on my hand and just kind of see what look I'm gonna go for. Am I gonna go really bold and like fall-like, or a little more subtle and nude? I don't know. The formula itself looks very thick. It has a sponge tip applicator here. This one is in the shade Mocha. Ooh, it's very like, not at all the formula I was thinking. Very moussey. This one looks like a very neutral, sort of your lips but better kind of a shade. It's really pretty. It has this kind of like weird brownie undertone over here, which I don't know where that came from, but anyway, we'll move on to the next one. This one right here is in the shade Blush. It was a little bit streaky when I was applying it to my hand. But we'll see what it looks like. Oh, does it have a scent? It does. Well, I don't know how I feel about that. I thought I was gonna really like it. I thought, ooh, candy, and then I thought, no, not so much. I don't know how to describe this scent. It's not sickly sweet, but there's like a scent to it. I can see why they say like don't clamp your lips together as soon as you apply it, but wait until your lips dry. We'll get into that in a second. Because anytime I touch it, I get like a handprint and it like smears the formula around a lot. So that's a good note. Make sure I don't do that. And the last one I'm gonna try out is Plum the Show. Oh, pretty. A little bit streaky, but pretty. I don't know how that's gonna fare on my lips. Sometimes it's entirely different, but I do like the color. Because it was streaky on my hand, I wanna see if it's actually gonna be streaky on my lips as well. And if it is, we'll go in with the Mocha one, because that one was really pretty. I like that one. But I need to get this off my hand before I get it on my Big Bird shirt. Because it's all fluffy. I feel like Big Bird in it. Okay, so application tips. First, exfoliate your lips and then pat dry. Okay, well, I've already done that, so we're good. Step 2 is to line your lips first with the Precise applicator, and then third step is to apply 1 coat to fill. So let's do that next. Okay, so I filled in 1 coat, I outlined it, and I feel like if you don't get it perfect the first time and you have to go over any area, you're done for. But like you guys can see, it looks really light here and like really darker on the outside and little spots here and there. And I exfoliated my lips. Like it's not that, it's not clinging to anything drying. It's just, I don't know. It's because the outline is very dark and because it dried first, everything's not meshing together really well. Not a fan of this so far. I'm gonna take this one off. I'm gonna apply the neutral shade and just see if that one looks any better. Not a big fan of this color. All right, here we go. Take 2. We're gonna try this nice neutral shade. Okay, that was a little bit better, but still I can see like a streak mark down here at the bottom of my lip. Which is really annoying me, and I'm not supposed to put another coat on because it's gonna like mess with the whole fact that it's gonna be 12-hour wearing and blah 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 blah. I feel like it's the whole like lining of the lips first that's throwing me off. I'm gonna try and reapply the bottom lip and not do the whole lining motion thing, and we'll see if that's any different. All right, here we go. Take 3. Okay, so the application of that was a lot better. I don't have that line on my lip anymore. This is a very finicky formula. We'll see how it wears, and if it's like super long wearing, then maybe it's worth it to try and get it perfect. I don't know, but like the L'Oreal Pro Matte liquid lipsticks I find are super duper long wearing and they're not as nitpicky as these seem to be. Okay, so now that we have the final look, let's zoom out and talk about these products a little bit. Okay, ta-da! So let's talk about these little clicky pens. So first of all, this shade right here, the peachy shade, it's almost like a sherbet orange. I actually really liked it because it was a little bit on the lighter side, and I find that oftentimes with peachy undertone ones, they're too dark for my skin tone and they can just sort of add to the whole blueness, and now they're like dark and orange. But this one actually brightened the under eye area, so I liked that. The other two are good. They're not like mind-blowing in any way, but I think they did their job and they blended out well. I'm not noticing any green tinge on my skin, so that's good. Makeup blended on top really seamlessly. I have no problems with them. Next up, the fish brush or massager brush or whatever. I honestly really like this brush. I think it did a really good job, blended everything out very smoothly. It was kind of hard getting used to the whole like back and forth sweeping motions because I'm not really used to that. But I think it gave almost like a nice lift to my skin. It was easy to use. The only downside, the one thing that I don't like about it is how teeny tiny this little handle thing is. I wish this was a little bit thicker. For the mascaras, I think both of them applied fairly well. I think I prefer the Lash Princess one, but they're both really nice. This one's getting a little bit on the clumpy side, but we'll see what they look like at the end of the day. The highlighter I really like on my skin. I will warn you though, it is very light and it is very pink undertones, so I don't know if a lot of people will love that, but I personally think it looked really pretty on the skin. It layered well, it blended out very smoothly, and it's looking good so far. And lastly, the Rimmel Stay Mattes. I'm gonna see how they wear throughout the day, through meals and all that stuff. In terms of application, they are very finicky. I don't like that you have to outline it first, because then I feel like there's a lot of concentrated product around the outside of your lips, and then when you go over the middle, that some of it like blends over top, and then that gets darker and streaky. It was very difficult to make that work, at least with the two colors that I used. And with that, I am done my makeup. I am going to go about my day, and I will check in with you guys in a bit. Okay, so we are back. It is the end of the day, like legit end of the day. This is like, it's almost midnight here, people. So I want to sit down and share with you guys what is going on with my face and my makeup. But first I want to tell you about the brow product I talked about at the beginning of the video and then never mentioned again. And that is the Revlon Colorstay Brow Kit and the Revlon Colorstay Brow Mousse, both in soft brown. The brow kit I liked. There was good quality. It has a pomade in it as well as a brow powder. It was a good shade. It was a little bit more on the ashy tone. I liked it. The brow mousse I felt was just a little bit messy because it has these like little like pockets that the mousse comes out of, and then it just, the bristles are really nice because they're really short and dense, but because of that it makes it difficult to get the product into the brows without it getting like all over the rest of the brows. So I didn't like that as much. So I thought I would just throw that in there because I forgot to mention it. But now onto the rest of the products that I wanted to talk about. First, we'll talk about the lipstick because it is not currently on my lips, even though the color was very similar. It's not there anymore, but I didn't notice it like fading or chipping off my lips in any way. It just sort of just faded off into the moonlight. So for me personally, this wasn't my favorite liquid lipstick I've ever used from the drugstore. I just found it to be a little bit, I don't know, finicky to work with. If you guys have any tips and techniques on how you've used it and if you really like it, let me know, because I have a bunch of them and I want to use them. The highlight I really liked. It gave my skin a very like wet, sort of a dewy look, which looked really good on my skin all day. For the two mascaras, I would say that the Lash Extension one is showing up a little bit more under the eyes than the Lash Princess one is. Though both I can see a little bit right underneath there, like right in that zone. I will give them both credit. It is the legit end of the day, if not almost the next day. And I didn't really notice anything under my eyes all day. It hasn't flaked into my contact lenses or anything like that. I still, whoa, dropping product all over the floor, don't mind me. So I'd say between the two of them, I probably prefer the Lash Princess one. This one held up better. I like the way my lashes look better with it. Just my preference. And then lastly is the color correcting sticks. Yeah, I mean, my face, my foundation, everything is holding up pretty well considering it is the end of the day. You can see a little bit has rubbed off on my chin, which makes sense. Again, I've been editing, so like this the entire time. These were easy to apply. I liked them. No more can be said about it. There were some hits and misses in this video, but I feel like it was good. I'm excited to continue to play around with these, but now I need to go to bed. And that's everything for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like these 5 first impressions or testing out drugstore makeup and you want to see more of these type of videos. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And that is everything. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful week so far, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you, girls. Mwah.